We have a special guest with us, Hall of Famer Bob Baffert. Bob, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, you are my first interview, just so you know, so be gentle on me, all right?
I'm always easy.
All right, well, imagine my surprise when they told me last night that I was going to be talking with you, but hey, it's a bonus as well, too. I'm also from HB, so it's good to have you aboard. So we're going to talk a little bit about the West Virginia Derby, the Grade 2 event. And I was thinking, what was your thoughts in going into this race? Was it always the plan to have Cupid in this race?
Well, we just were, I have the different 3-year-olds, so we're just always looking around after the Derby. There's these lucrative derbies all over the country, and so once the Derby Dream and the Preakness Classic is out, you have to, you want to put them in a spot where you'll be competitive and there's some. And pick up some serious, money to run for. So we thought as long as he's doing well, this was a spot for Cupid. I almost brought a horse called Airgate there, but I missed a few days with him, and he wasn't quite, we lost some timing there. But he runs on Thursday. But Cupid came back off his big win at the Indiana Grand Derby, and has worked well since then, so we thought, this would be a good spot for him to come right back.
Now, you decided to bring him back to Del Mar for a couple of works, had a bullet work on August 1st. Was it last minute to get back over there to West Virginia Derby? Because I thought maybe you might have gone straight from the Indiana Derby, maybe, straight over to Mountaineer.
No, we always bring him back. Our home base is Del Mar in the summertime, so just like I brought American Freedom back to Del Mar after the Haskell, so we just ship from here. This is our home base, so that's why he came back. But it's nice here at Del Mar. The weather's beautiful, no rain, laid back. So there's not a more beautiful spot in the country right now than Del Mar in the summer.
No, there's certainly not. Are you a little worried at all about Cupid's draw on the post at all, considering he's a bit headstrong and you might have to send from there?
Well, whoever pulled the pill out and put me in the one, he's definitely not getting a Christmas card from me this year. You never like the one, but once you get it, you have to deal with it. So, fortunately, he's a good horse and just makes Bejarano's job a little bit tougher, but he's a nice horse, so hopefully he'll overcome it. But the main thing, he's trained really well. We know he can run. He's good. He fits with those, and he's trained extremely well. He shipped very well. I've been talking to Jimmy Barnes, my assistant. He got there, and it's sort of tough to get there. We had to fly to Lexington, and then ship 5.5 hours by van to get there. So it's not easy to get into West Virginia. So, but we're there and we're looking good.
You've had two winners of this race. You had Concord Point and Prayer for Relief. And Prayer for Relief had the rail in 2011. And I watched Bejarano get a really good start out of the gate and then kind of take him back and really ran a good race to get up and win that race. Was that the plan, to break good and kind of sit back? Do you think that Cupid could do the same? Because based on Cupid's maiden win, broke really bad and then settled real nicely. So are you hoping for maybe a trip like that for Cupid?
Well, it was, different year, different, you can't really compare them. There were two different types of horses where Cupid's he's a little bit quicker probably than Prayer for Relief. Prayer for Relief, he was really, he was just an honest, hard-knocking kind of horse that really, he won all those little. I think we made like $1 million with him just running on these little derbies all over the country. But I think the break is going to be the key to Cupid, because he's the kind of horse that he breaks well, but it takes him a little bit to get going. Once he gets going, he has a lot of speed. So we'll just let Bejarano. He knows what to do. He's a really good rider, knows the horse well. So he does a really good job for me on the road.
So my next question for you is American Cleopatra, full sister to American Pharaoh. Was there anything that surprised you about her first race? She ran so impressively winning by a couple of lengths geared down?
Probably her odds on the board were a bit surprising because, I never, she was doing well. She was training well. I really didn't build her up too much because I didn't want the expectations to be too high on her, being she's a full sister, and I've seen the full sisters, the other brothers' horses. Just so I thought, well, we know she's a nice filly. Hadn't really turned her loose in the mornings in her workouts. Baffert had been working her; he loved her, and I always told Mr. Zaya and Justin that she's a nice filly. She's not an average filly. She can run, but I haven't turned her loose because it's sometimes you're just almost afraid to find out. Well, maybe she's not as good as the brother, or I hate to find out. So that day, that was the first time we really let her loose. And boy, she showed us a quicker dimension than we thought. I knew she was fit enough to go that far, but really, I think her best running will come when she starts going longer.
Yeah, where are you pointing her for towards her next start?
She'll be running in the Del Mar Debutante, which is the end of the meet here, which is the Grade 1 7/8, and so we're looking forward, and that'll be her race. And after that, she'll go to she'll continue on to the Santa Anita and run in the stake race up there, the 2-turn stake race.
Right on, Bob. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I feel like I've known you. I've seen you at the track for years, and I really appreciate it. And best of luck to you in the West Virginia Derby with Cupid.
Thank you, and I think you did well for your first interview. That's not bad.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. And hey, by the way, it's really great to see you and Bodie out there at the track and see the love you guys have for each other and the way he is and how much he loves it. That to me, that's the funnest thing to watch.
Well, he has a lot of passion for the game and like his mother.
Well, and she's great too. I always see her up there, and she throws in her small bets, and she's always getting animated out there too. But that's what makes the game fun. So you guys are a joy to watch, and I wish you all the best in the world.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hall of Famer Bob Baffert has been our guest. Thank you to him for coming on, and great job, Marcus, on getting Bob to come on. That was nice. The West Virginia Derby, 750,000 Grade 2, and Cupid is your lukewarm morning line favorite to win the race.